The lesson 7 information is kind of short, which is part of the reason I've combined it in this summer session with the box model. So what you're going to want to do for lesson 7 is read the pages in the book, and you can see there's just not a lot of pages that deal with the multimedia because we're basically dealing with a couple different HTML elements. And once you read those pages, you are going to go into the lecture demo. And there's a lot more background information in the lecture demo because when you're dealing with video and sound, it is helpful, especially with sound, to understand the different formats and how the sound is made. And how sampling rate, resolution, all of that affect the size. There is a pretty awesome editor for sound files called Audacity that you can download for free. I actually use this one. It's awesome and it's really, really easy to use. So you can download that for free. I do have all the different sound channels here. I do have links to sound files as well. It's just important that you guys get the free sound effects and that you don't get the ones that you have to pay for, because you can see these are ones you have to pay for. So you have to click on the link to get the free ones. And then you've got the ability to download them. Now, anytime I download this kind of stuff, I always virus scan it. So if I was going to download this MP3 file, I'm just going to throw it into the, not documents. I'm just going to throw it in downloads for right now. Okay, so that's a fairly small file. And there it is. I always scan this stuff anytime I download things from the internet. So, if you all should have virus software, antivirus software. So if you right click, you should be able to just scan it and make sure it's okay. Okay, so these are different sites where you can access free sounds. If you are comfortable with sound software, you can actually create your own sounds. Does not matter to me. To add the sound file to a web page, you can either link it, and this is just kind of like a normal link. It's just that you're linking in the sound file. Or you can embed it. And when you embed it, you are using the HTML5 audio tag. Okay, so this explains the audio tag and different attributes that you can add. And if I embed any kind of media file, I always display controls. Okay, so it's kind of strange, but for controls, you can just use the word controls, or you can say controls equal controls like this. So what do? I think that's silly, so I just put in controls. So here's a link where you can kind of try it out. Here is an example of an embedded sound file that you can actually play. And then I've included the HTML that I used for that. You may hear about OGG, and this explains what OGG is. And you'll notice that there's typically 3 sound files and 3 video files for the video tag. The reason that you're giving them more than one is that if their computer cannot play back the first one, it will try the second one. And if it can't play back that, it will try the third one, okay? Which is why we always do 3. So that requires converting those files into different media formats. So here's a link to Cloud Convert. It actually works really well. And this is the audio converter. Then there's also a video converter, which I have a link to later on. And I mentioned Audacity earlier. Here's another link for that. And if your computer does not have any kind of media player, you can actually download the VLC media player for free. And this is where you do that from. Then we get into video files. So there are some editing software programs that are pretty good and they're not real expensive. So I included a link to the top 10. I have one that I've been using for years. It's called Wondershare. And what's awesome about this is I paid a one-time fee and now forever I can use the software and get the newest version. So it was totally worth it. When I got it, I think it was like $50. It's a little bit more now, but it's super easy to use. So this gets into how video files are kind of formatted. And then again, you can either link them or you can embed them. These are all of the different attributes that you can have in the video tag, and you can see there's quite a few more than there is for audio. So I would be familiar with those different attributes because you may see them on the certification exam. And then here is an example of one. This was a free one, royalty free from Microsoft. You guys have probably seen it before, but you can play it if you want. And you'll notice that I did include controls. And then I used a CSS style to specify the width and the height. And again, 3 different formats, just like we did with sound. To convert the video files, here is the video converter at Cloud Convert. And then there is a video kind of showing you how to use that because this interfaces with your Google Drive. If you're not sure of the dimensions of the video, you can easily find that out by right-clicking on that video and going into Properties, okay, because this will show you the width and the height. And then finally, we get into adding other types of media. So you can use the object tag to add other types of media. And so here's an example of how you would do that. iFrame is pretty popular for YouTube videos. In fact, if you go out to YouTube, you can actually copy and paste from YouTube, copy and paste the iframe that they recommend. So if I go to YouTube, and you can see I have a granddaughter. So this is why I have all these little kitty things here. So we'll go for one of the ones that she likes. And let me pause here. So if I go under share and embed, this is the iframe I would need to use to put in my HTML. So you just basically highlight it, Control C will copy it, and you can paste that directly into your HTML. And just kind of beware that sometimes the owner of the video is not going to want you to embed it. And so after you embed it, it will tell you that you can't play it. So it really depends on how the owner has set that up. I have seen that happen to some students, and if that happens, just find a different one. And then we get into adding subtitles and captions and text files to your media. And the reason I included this is that you guys do need to be aware of what the track tag does. Okay, and that is for the subtitles. It is to make everything ADA compliant, and that is what is important for you guys to know. Okay, so that is the multimedia. And then you're going to have two assignments. The textbook assignment basically deals with one file that I'm giving you, and you will be adding the multimedia for this. So here is the file. You're going to right click and download that into a lesson 7 folder. And then there are several graphics, and there are also several sound files. And then you'll be adding the audio tag, and you will also be adding links. Okay, and then you're going to be doing kind of something similar for video. So these are all video files that you're going to download. And then you're going to add the video tag. And then you're going to add links. Okay, and then finally, you are going to add an iframe. And you can actually just copy and paste this. Okay, so that is the assignment. This is actually going to be a quick one for you guys because I'm pretty much giving you everything that you need to get this done. And there is a video, in each section that kind of shows you how to do everything. So the lab assignment is for you guys to come up with your own multimedia page. So I do have an example. And when I initially did this, it was close to Halloween, which is why you get my funky little Halloween theme. Okay. And so you do need to embed a sound file, and you have to have links to different sound files. And then you need 3 different video links, and you have to embed a video. So you can use iframe, so you can find a YouTube video to embed. And if you want to do links to 3 different YouTube videos or different videos from other sources, that is fine too. If you have your own video that you want to use, that is perfectly fine. You can embed your own video. And you can actually have separate links to 3 different formats for that video, and that would, be fine. Same with the sound. If you want to create your own sound file and you want to embed it and then include links to 3 different formats for that sound file, that's fine. It's totally up to you what you do. In this multimedia page that I created, you can see I've got an embedded sound file, and I have that same file in 3 different formats. So that meets the sound requirement. For the videos, I did a link here. So I did more than I needed. Okay. So I've got my daughter's dog here, embedded video and 3 different formats. And I also did an iframe, just so you guys would have examples of how to do all of this. So what is required? You have to have the embedded video and you have to have links, at least 3. So the embedded video can be one of your own, or you can do iframe. Okay, and the links can be to your own videos, or they can be to videos that you found online. Okay, so those are the requirements, and you can do whatever topic you want. Okay, so have fun with this one. I think you guys will enjoy it. And if you run into any problems or if you have questions, let me know. The additional resources that I have down here at the bottom are more for Flexbox. If you are a little fuzzy on lesson 6, I do recommend that you come down here especially and play Flexbox Froggy. It's a game designed to help you learn Flexbox. Okay. So that's what we've got for this week. If you run into problems or if you have questions, let me know, and have an awesome week.